What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now at the halfway point to 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell, but as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, excuse me, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened up last year, which is this beautiful Beat Cup from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely amazing as a collector's rare. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos. Excuse me. Or maybe just maybe you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 85% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys haven't even subscribed yet. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is basically today's video, which is this. Among the card as it sits now, what are your guys' predictions for NXT Heatwave? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, that is exactly what we are going to be talking about today, are basically my predictions for NXT Heatwave. And honestly, this is going to be interesting because you have so many different elements that can go that are colliding with NXT Heatwave, much like with the men's and the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on Saturday. Sunday is going to be just as insane. So we are going to kick things off with the countdown show, as the unlikely duo of Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace, two Toronto natives, will team up against the team of JC Jane and Jasmine next. And interestingly enough, there have been a lot of reports saying that Natalia's contract with WWE has expired, and now she's no longer with WWE, and she's planning to move on with her career, perhaps go to other promotions in the like. However, there have been also some other reports saying that Natty is actually in talks with WWE about a brand new deal, which honestly I think she's better suited to stay with WWE, because she's been so helpful with the entire NXT women's division that most of the women that she's been around in NXT have gotten so much better in the ring, especially Carmen. Carmen is one of those girls who you see her, you may think that she has no potential whatsoever, but once she gets that first small batch of victories in, you realize, hey, she's actually not that bad. But Ariana Grace on the other hand, I'm being real, she's basically a walking hurricane. You never know what's gonna happen next with her. But funny enough, this is a huge opportunity for both Grace and Carmen, because if they were to somehow pick up a victory over JC and Jasmine in their hometown, who knows? Maybe it might put them in line to chase after championship gold in NXT. It could be the NXT Women's title. It could be the NXT Women's North American title. Or if they chose to team up with one another, they could go after the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Which, honestly, crazy as it sounds, I would love to see the Women's Tag titles get defended at a NXT PLE, because I think it would really help set the bar for the NXT the NXT Women's division, and set it to heights never thought possible. But interestingly enough, this is a bit of a weird one though, because this all has to do with the fact that both Carmen and Grace never got a chance to be a part of Heatwave, and be able to, and probably would never get the chance to perform in front of their friends and family. And JC and Jasmine are like, oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. World's smallest violin right here. World's smallest violin right here. And yeah, Ava was like, nope, you're gonna be on Heatwave. You two, you and Grace against these two, it's happening. Obviously, when it comes to superstars having the home field advantage, usually they end up picking up the victory. But of course, for Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle, that was not the case, thanks to CM Punk. But in this case, it definitely has to be the case. So I am going to be putting my money on Carmen and Ariana Grace, just because of the fact that I can see potential in those two teaming up. I can see potential, but it comes down to whether or not they'll be able to coexist. Can they? I doubt it, but you never know. Speaking of women coexisting, next up we have the NXT Women's title being defended, as Roxanne Perez will team up against Lola, sorry. Roxanne Perez will defend her title against Lola Vice. Sorry, I got a little confused there. Anyway, interestingly enough, a few weeks ago, we saw Perez and Vice team up to take on, ironically enough, JC Jane and Jasmine Nix, and of course, Metaphors, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson. And it's weird because when you think about it, we never would have imagined those two teaming up, but they did, and they picked up the victory. But it was pretty short-lived, as tensions were high, and Vice wanted the NXT Women's title, and well, she got her opportunity after attacking Roxanne Perez and leaving NXT with the women's title. Obviously handed it back over to Ava, and well, we already know. This is interesting because you have two totally different styles of wrestling. You have a woman who's literally, get this, 22 years old, already is a two-time NXT Women's Champion, a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, a breakout tournament winner, and an Iron Survivor as well, and has done so much for NXT in such a short period of time, and was trained by WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, while the other came into WWE from MMA, and is actually the first, and is actually one. I believe she is the first Cuban American WWE superstar in history, and she could potentially become the first Cuban American NXT Women's Champion, which is possible, but it comes down to whether or not Lola Vice can actually keep up with Roxanne's way of wrestling. Is it possible? Absolutely, but we're at the point. But right now, we're at the point where, don't get me wrong. I know that I see a lot of potential in Lola Vice. I can totally see her becoming a champion in WWE. I just don't think it's her night. I don't think this Sunday is gonna be her night. Mainly because we're still pretty young in Roxanne's reign as NXT Women's Champion. And again, I say that because she won the title about 2 or 3 months ago at NXT Stand and Deliver by making Lyra tap out to a crossface to regain the title that she claimed that she never lost. But the funny thing is that she lost the title in a ladder match. In a fucking ladder match. And that injury had to do with the fact that she worked with Meiko Satomura, one of the most dominant women's champions of all time in professional wrestling history. So to be quite fair, she's got no one to blame but herself, but yet she blames everybody else for her own failure. Typical heel bullshit, if you ask me. But I will say this though. Both are extremely gifted. They are extremely talented in the ring. I just don't think it's going to be Lola Vice's night. So my money is going to be on Roxanne Perez. Speaking of champions, next up we have Kalani Jordan defending the NXT Women's North American title against Sol Ruca. And I believe this will be her second televised title defense. So she still has a lot to prove. The question is, can she really do it? Can she carry the North American title the same way that Adam Cole did when he was the first ever NXT North American champion in 2018? And the answer is yes. I feel like she has that potential, but she's going up against one of her good friends in Sol Ruca. And interestingly enough, we all know when you're working against friends in the ring, that goes out the door. It's all about the title. And in this case, it is no different. We know that Sol came so close at Battleground. She came so close, hitting not one but 2 Soul Snatchers. One of them was using the ladder, a fucking ladder, to hit that Soul Snatcher, and it was not good enough as Kalani Jordan ended up climbing the ladder to retrieve the title. Her first defense, I think, was against Michin, and Kalani actually passed the test, but she still has a lot to prove. And I think going up against her best friend is definitely a good way to test her, to see if she can carry the NXT Women's Division as the North American Champion. Crazy enough, I don't think Kalani Jordan is going to be champion for that long. Mainly because I see someone like Michin, or someone like Jada Parker, or someone like Jakara Jackson, or someone like maybe Karmi Petrovich, or someone else in the like, taking that title off of her. potentially sometime in the next like couple of months or so. So, but for now, I am gonna put my money on Kalani Jordan. As big of a fan as I am of both Soul and Kalani, I think Soul isn't. I think, don't get me wrong, Soul has that potential. She's proven herself. I don't think Heatwave is gonna be her night, so my money is on Kalani Jordan. But speaking of the North American title, we've got the men's title being defended as Obafemi will defend against Wesley in what is going to be Wesley's one and only chance of becoming North American champion once again. Now we know the last time he was North American champion, the Judgment Day screwed him out of the title, and they awarded the title to Dominic Mysterio. And yeah, he's had so many opportunities at the title since then, but since coming back from injury, he's gotten so much better in the ring. But right now he's going up against one of the most, probably a man who is probably going to be the most dominant one of the most dominant North American champions of all time. Excuse me. In Obafemi, and Obafemi basically said it best. He said it best. He told Wesley, if you win, if you can beat me, you are the North American champion. But if I beat you, then as long as I hold the title, you ain't getting another shot. And knowing Wesley, when his back is against the wall, he always finds a way to pull it off. But I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna be seeing Obafemi's reign as champion just continue like it's nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Wesley. His story is such an inspiration. I don't see Obafemi dropping that title anytime soon, so my money is going to be on Obafemi. Next up, we've got the NXT Tag Team titles defended as Axiom and Nathan Frazer will do battle against Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson, who actually ended up winning Tag Team Turmoil a couple of weeks ago to earn the opportunity, and they defeated none other than the New Catch Republic, which was an instant classic. Interestingly enough, because that Nathan Frazer was so focused on other things, such as the speed tournament. Obviously, he lost the semifinal match against excuse me, against Xavier Woods. But not only that, he was also focused on the Heritage Cup as well, which made no sense. Axiom, on the other hand, was focused on those tag titles, and I sense that we might end up seeing a heel turn from within one or the other, and the difference is pretty much night and day. Because we could see Frazer turn heel, but we could also see Axiom turn heel as well, especially if they lose the tag team titles to Chase U, which, crazy as it sounds, obviously Chase University is now back on track, no thanks to JC Jane and the calendar that they had released, which for some reason is still on WWE.com, which is hilarious. But I don't think Frazer and Axiom are gonna be keeping those titles for long, simply because of the egos. The egos is just too damn great for them to remain champions. My money's on Chase U. I think we're gonna end up seeing new tag team champions in the form of Chase U. But we now move into the main event, which is going to be a historic match. Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, and Shawn Spears. Javon Evans ended up winning a Battle Royal to become the #1 contender. Ethan Page kept bitching and moaning, saying that, oh, I was never eliminated because of Oro Mensa. And Shawn Spears, well, he's Shawn Spears. That being said, they all made valid points, and Ava was like, you know what? Fuck it. Instead of it being one-on-one, we're gonna make it a fatal four-way. And that led to this very matchup. You've got so many different elements going with this match. You've got the rematch between Trick and Page from Battleground. You've got Spears and Evans just literally ripping each other's heads off, and then you also have the fact that Trick and Evans, they're cool, no beef, and then of course, Spears and Page, they're both Canadians. So you've got so many different elements from within this match that you have to ask the question: can Trick Williams pull it off? And the answer is yes. Knowing Trick Williams, he always finds a way. He found a way to become the men's Iron Survivor. He found a way to become NXT North American champion. He found a way to defeat his former best friend Carmelo Hayes, and he found a way to become NXT champion. Plus, he even found a way to defeat Ethan Page at Battleground. So if he can do all that, he will definitely find a way to overcome all the odds and become NXT champion. However, don't get me wrong, Ethan Page heard a lot about the dude. I don't think he's ready for it. Javon Evans, he's got potential. But Heatwave will not be his night. And Shawn Spears, funny enough, Spears has been a part of NXT once before in his career, and the ironic thing is that he was known as Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he can actually win the NXT title. Is it possible? Absolutely, it is 100% possible he can. But I am putting my money on Trick Williams. I think we're gonna see him retain the title and just simply whoop that Trick. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.